eyes, beautiful yet with a hint of strange allure. All the young men and women on the shore of the lake stood there in a daze, stunned by this dreamlike beauty. The most composed were the old people who had come many times. They called out to their tribesmen one after another, and began to prepare for this year's spring gathering. The form of the spring gathering was actually more like a fair or temple fair. Everyone put out the specialties of their respective tribes, and if they saw something that the tribe needed while browsing, they could propose a trade. If a girl saw a young man she liked, she could tie a strand of her hair to the boy's weapon. If the boy agreed, he would take a gift to the other party's tribal leader to propose marriage, and then he could take the girl away. If a boy took a fancy to a pretty young lady, he would have to catch a fluorescent butterfly in the valley and give it to her. If the girl accepted it, the boy would also have to take a gift to the other party's leader to propose marriage. If two young men took a fancy to the same girl, they would have to use a duel to compete for the right to choose a mate. The two sides could not use weapons, and as long as there were no casualties, the final winner could take the girl away. These rules were told to you by Chan of the Bian tribe. This made you, the chief, feel a little embarrassed. You pretended to cough a few times to cover up your embarrassment, and then shouted to your tribesmen, "What are you all standing there for? Hurry up and catch butterflies." The next moment, 40 young men swarmed towards the butterflies. The other tribes were not idle either. Some began to wander around aimlessly. Some went to flirt with the young ladies, and some began to trade. But you were cooking. The terror bird meat from yesterday hadn't been finished yet. You cut the meat into small pieces, inserted them onto branches to make meat skewers, and roasted them directly, while turning them over the fire. You also sprinkled salt and chili powder. Shaito also caught a few fish in the shallow water by the lake. After cleaning them, he set up a stone slab next to you and fried the fish on it. Beastfang also built two stoves out of stones on the side, and used lake water to stew 2 pots of fish soup. For a time, the aroma of meat attracted the young ladies from the surrounding area. They all gathered around, watching the novel way of eating of the Han tribe, as well as the special attire of the Han tribe. Their men all had their hair tied up, and wore glittering decorations on their hair. Everyone looked clean and spirited. Some people were also curiously looking at the goods of the Han tribe. They had never seen so many food bowls. The young men who were catching butterflies suddenly noticed something was wrong. "It seems we don't need to catch butterflies anymore. Those young ladies have already taken the initiative to run over to our tribe." In this way, a group of energetic young men ran back, shouting and yelling. In fact, what attracted these girls was not just the food of the Han tribe, but the ox cart, which looked like a small